Now, as the nation has been celebrating Freedom Day, President Cyril Ramaphosa has called on citizens to think of those less fortunate than themselves. The president was addressing the nation from Johannesburg. He says that whilst some South Africans have a fully stocked fridge and endure some minor inconveniences due to restrictions on movement, many are battling daily for their very survival.
The true lessons of this experience will not just be about the necessity of social distancing, proper hand washing, and infection control. They will also be about whether we have the ability to turn this crisis into an opportunity to invest in a new society, a new consciousness, and a new economy. In this new society, the privileged cannot afford to close their eyes to the plight of the poor and sleep peacefully at night. This is the time when we should actively work to build a fair and just country. In the South Africa that we all want, no man, no woman, or child will go hungry because they will have the means to earn an income. And our social assistance programs will be matched by efforts to enable communities to grow their own food. In this new society, the provision of services to our people is the foremost priority of government. The public servant understands that they are just that, a servant of the people.
Well, the President also welcomed the arrival of the Cuban Medical Brigade that will be assisting South Africa in the fight against the spread of the coronavirus. More than 200 health workers from the Central American country landed this morning at the Waterkloof Air Force Base in Pretoria before heading to a quarantine facility.
My spirits were lifted last night when I heard that 219 Cuban health workers had landed in our country. This follows the request I made to the President of Cuba when the coronavirus was beginning to rear its head in our country, and I asked the Cuban government to send us their specialists. And indeed, they have lived up to that. We sent a plane, but we also sent medical supplies to them. As you know, they are still facing a really terrible blockade. So the medical supplies also went to Cuba, but the plane brought back all these specialists, epidemiologists and pandemic specialists and many others. This is a continuation of the wonderful relationship that President Mandela forged with President Fidel Castro. So we are benefiting from the great strides that Utatu Nelson Mandela made for our country. We are going to spread them throughout the country so that they can bolster the efforts that our really courageous health professionals and health workers are making in fighting this pandemic. So we are truly, truly elated and excited that the Cuban health workers are here.